guys, welcome back. And we just got out of the theater and we just saw Captain America: The Brave New World, which of course that title has been renamed more times than I could count.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
It's been like crazy because there's been a lot of reshoots. There's been some conflict behind the scenes. There was hella productions in the background. And the question is, could you tell or you can't tell if there was some reshoots? I could tell some of them.
Yeah, there were some reshoots and there was some choppy cuts.
Exactly.
Which is very noticeable, I think, in the first half of the film.
Exactly. So you could tell this is basically production hell.
What is the budget?
The budget is
How are they do?
$180 million.
Oh my gosh.
And the point is that I'm trying to say, is this Marvel's place where they could finally pick up the pieces and build up the Avengers again? Does Marvel have what it takes to put superheroes back in the map like the previous Phase 1, the good phase before Endgame? Do you think so or do you not, boy? What is your thoughts?
All right. So going into this film, I had high hopes, really high hopes. There's things I did like about it, and there's things I didn't like about this film. Of course, what I'm talking about is that, of course, it still feels so Marvelized, still so Disney-like. You know what I mean? It still feels like they do the same jokes, like they do a shitty punchline or something like that. It's like, you guys need to wake up. Like, that's not working anymore. Crazy reshoots aren't working. They make the film look more choppy, and they're CGI. I swear, what is wrong with them? There were so many times where I'm like, this isn't looking good. Like, District 9 looks better than this. The aliens from District 9 look way better than this. And that, mind you, is more than a decade ago. That's insane. It's like they're taking shortcuts still. They are still taking shortcuts, which is driving me insane, which is what's going to keep on holding them back. Like, I guarantee you the first Iron Man that came out in 2008 still looks better. Call me out if, you disagree with anything, but there's major problems with some of this stuff. Like, some of the dialogue, some of these characters are kind of useless.
Do you think that Anthony Mackie could hold this film by himself?
By himself, not really. I think he did need Harrison Ford.
I agree with
Which
you.
I think Harrison Ford actually did a great job. I definitely don't think he did a terrible job, Anthony Mackie. I could see him believable as still learning, as Captain America. Whereas Captain America himself, he grew up in the 1940s, or 1920s at least. He has that all-American stuff and stuff like that, pro-American all the time and stuff, but always doing the right thing. Whereas Anthony Mackie kind of still holds value to that because he's still, which I did like that they touched into the film where he's like, I'm trying to do this. And I did like in the film that they talked about the serum, like he should have taken the serum. Like, he's having these doubts, which is something that anyone would, a regular person do.
Exactly. Take the fucking serum.
Which I did like when he said that. He said, "Don't take the serum, my ass."
Yeah.
When he was fighting Harrison
why?
Ford's Hulk. I did like the destructiveness
Yeah.
of Harrison Ford's Hulk. However, I think what would have added way more is if they didn't show the Red Hulk.
Exactly.
I think that would have helped propel the movie to more like, oh shit, like what the hell?
Yeah, well, we know that the Red Hulk, it felt like it was supposed to be this secret thing.
Yeah.
But since the whole reshoots, rewrites,
Marvel.
it felt like Marvel had no choice but to put the Red Hulk in front and center. Like, they felt it. They went like, no one's gonna see this movie, so we have to do something.
You could tell too that it was supposed to be a hidden act because it was only towards the end of the film. Like, it was probably 13 minutes of the Red Hulk, and you could tell it was like this force of nature and stuff like that, which would have helped the movie a lot. I was thinking about that while watching. I'm like, I wish they didn't show it, or they should have kind of had hinted towards it, or something like that. But no, they caved in. They got scared. Just like how they got scared with they didn't know who to hire for the big baddie, so they did Robert Downey Jr. again, which no hate on him. He's getting that check, man. Marvel fucking's terrified. They're like, let's get this guy back. So the problem is they keep on getting scared.
How about Harrison Ford? What do you think of him? Do you think he is having fun in this role? I feel like he's just there. He's just like,
Actually, I didn't mind his acting. I've seen him act in worse. Like, I'm pretty sure the Indiana Jones one in the trailer, he
The
didn't look
Dial
like.
of Destiny.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, not was that
That
the
what
last
it
one?
is.
Yeah. He looked like he didn't want to do that, especially since he hates that people keep on calling him Indiana Jones and fucking Solo. No, I thought he was fine in this movie. I did like him as Ross. I mean, they needed a bigger name. Harrison Ford brought it, I thought.
I feel like he's just there for the paycheck. He's like, all right.
Oh,
just
for
pay me.
sure he is.
Which I don't blame him. Get that money in bounds.
Yeah, but his star power definitely was needed there for the film. I think I did like more of Captain America's friend who took the serum in the 50s during the Korean War.
Oh,
I thought
yeah.
his acting was probably top notch.
If you
Yeah.
guys did not know, I'm going to put a little backstory because apparently, the whole TV series with the whole teaming stream, if you don't remember that, he played a bigger role during that time.
Who did?
With the one that you're talking about.
The
Forgotten Captain America.
yeah, the one who fought in the Korean War. It's like Isaiah or something.
Isaiah,
Bradley,
yeah.
I think
Bradley Isaiah, yeah. He was one of the main things that happened during the TV show that was Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Do you remember that TV show?
The one that came out like 2017 or something.
Yeah.
That you watched.
That I
didn't
watched.
Yeah.
Yeah, and basically he was there. That's where he showed up.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and he was basically talking about how he was, neglected and how he was basically the first Captain America. But of course, they kind of touched on the subject that America did not wanted him to be in it, so they kind of pushed him in the back. And basically, he had the serum, but it was kind of like a tested diversion serum, like a
Oh, really?
low grade one.
I don't know.
And that's how they got Steve Rogers into the big role of the actual perfected serum that we're all just trying to get. Why doesn't Sam Wilson take the serum? Because that would have been way better because there's no side effects. It's like, just take the fucking serum. You'd be like Captain America. But he wouldn't want it to for
Yeah.
some reason.
Well, it's because at the same time you're changing yourself, and it's like Captain America did it during a time where it was needed,
Well, they're needed here too.
Well, yeah, but look at the technology he has. He was able to still beat the Hulk.
Technically speaking,
Yeah.
he calmed down the whole.
Well,
and we'll talk about more in spoilers for that.
Okay.
So yeah, he would have got his ass kicked. And he
Yeah.
did mention
Which
that
they
he
did
would-
mention, yeah,
Yeah, so
that he. Which
I would have took the serum. If you asked me, I'd been like, yeah, absolutely.
He didn't want the easy way out, which is interesting. It's more of an interesting storytelling, I think. Yeah, it's like I'm sure Batman could create something like that, but he doesn't do it.
But he's not Batman. He doesn't think
I understand that, but I'm sure Batman can do that. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Obviously, people are going to compare it to Captain America: Winter Soldier. I just don't think they had 100% full faith in this movie, which sucks. Because this movie did have potential. I did like the political elements in this film because it did remind me of Winter Soldier.
Mhm.
However, for me, it didn't hold up all that well. I did like that they did bring up some loose ends.
Some loose ends.
Some loose ends in the film. But again, Marvel, I think they backtracked it after Deadpool and Wolverine. Although Deadpool and Wolverine did cash in on just like cameos and stuff like that, I think it was still a better film than this film.
All right. Let me take over here. So yes, Captain America: Brave New World, whatever they tried calling it before, it did struggle a lot. I think it's still struggling for the MCU even right now because when you look at superheroes, it looks like it's been going down, downward to a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And this is not going to be one of those films that's going to raise up the bar. It's still heading down to a worse state for the MCU. Now I keep thinking to myself now you're going to have to try even harder to get my ass into Thunderbolts and to freaking the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you guys doing? Especially with all these rewrites. And to be honest, I don't hate the guy, Mackie.
Yeah, Anthony Mackie.
Anthony Mackie as as the idea of Winter Soldier, but I don't see him to be the Captain America. I keep thinking to him like he is Captain Falcon, which they should have done with that instead of just being Captain America, because I don't see it. I don't see him leading the Avengers, and I definitely
That is kind of hard seeing him.
it is difficult, and I know people are probably gonna go like, nah, he could be a Captain America.
I mean, I think he still can be. It's
You
just,
could try, but you already failed at the TV show for that, and you did like seasons trying to prove him to set off in that path, but failed. And now you put out a movie, and you failed here too. I'm not gonna give you points for that, especially when you're failing this hard. And it shows to me that Disney is, I mean, yeah, Disney, Marvel is in trouble. They don't know what to do with the characters. To be honest, I don't even know if I want to see the Avengers if he's going to be leading this. I'm like, are you serious?
You don't even know the lineup.
Exactly. Well, you kind of see a little lineup
Yeah.
because the whole purpose of him is, assembling the Avengers, and we'll let you know who's going to be the new Avengers. But it's not. I don't see him leading it. To be honest, I'd rather have Spider-Man leading it. Even Doctor Strange.
No. I could see Doctor Strange, but definitely not Tom Holland.
I'd rather see that.
No, I can't.
I can't see Captain Falcon. If you're gonna have to choose between those two, I wouldn't.
No,
see him.
I would. It's just that Tom
No.
Holland doesn't. He just seems like a kid to me. That's why.
Oh, but he could grow up. Or shit. Yeah,
No, bro, he just seems too much like a kid. Bro still looks like he's 22.
dude. But I'd rather have that. Than
No,
this. I'm sorry.
I can't.
And basically, the whole plot with this thing as well.
Daredevil would be good. But anyways.
What I'm trying to
Yeah.
say is like the whole plot of the whole policy that you're talking about, the political thing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna straight up say this. It's fucking stupid too. I'm like, wait, what? So you're trying to put these countries that we'll mention more that are just basically our allies and they want to declare war on us and I'm like, you're not gonna mention the other big baddies that are more of a threat, and they're here in this universe. Like, we'll explain more about it in freaking in spoilers.
Yeah.
Because we know that they're there because they're superheroes based off from those places, which is funny. Like, why? So, but basically, it is kind of ridiculous at most times, and you could tell the rewrites were there. I did
Yeah.
not like almost any of the jokes that they put out.
Yeah, there was probably only like 2 good ones.
Yeah,
And that was
exactly.
probably the last one.
Yeah, with the
And,
old man.
Yeah, and then I think one more.
yeah, it's somewhere around
That's what
there.
I meant with like, it's still Marvel. Like, they still make the same shitty jokes. Like, they think it's Ant-Man all the time.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not working here. And I wish I could come out here and say something different that, you know what, he is Captain America. I could see him assembling the Avengers, bringing them together. But to be honest, I don't see this guy leading the Avengers. Much as I wish I do, because I do want to see like a Captain America put up the shield again. But I don't see it. It's nothing to do with Mackie. I don't think he has the star power to do it, to be honest. And I feel like Disney is pushing way too hard on this guy. And I'm like, nah,
Well,
bro.
they have to.
Exactly. But I'm like, nah, get somebody else. Get Doctor Strange up in here.
Yeah.
Call him on speed dial. You can't
I
do
feel
this.
like they rely on him too much, though.
Who, Doctor Strange?
Yeah, because they literally put him in No Way Home.
Yeah, exactly. But he's the
And
only...
his last movie bombed. And I didn't even like his last 2 movies. I pretty much only liked them in Infinity War
Shit, I'd rather take...
and Endgame.
I'd rather take Thor at this point.
Thor would be hilarious.
It'll be that stupid lightning that he did in Love and Thunder.
Oh, God.
Which she should have done, but yeah. So this is something that I'm kind of debating on if we want to see even more of the Marvel. But here's the question. Does it really drop the bar for Marvel, or do you think it's already been going downhill anyway?
It's been going down.
Yeah, I don't think nothing can
It's like a
save it.
bench press. It's slowly shaking. It's been shaking down. It's like almost by the chest.
Yeah, luckily, there's some people that did enjoy it. At least what I saw in the theater, they were kind of laughing at some of the stupid jokes, and they did brought their kids there with them.
Yeah.
But I heard none of them laugh during those
Not really.
jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were mostly quiet, and I was just like, oh, this is awkward.
Yeah.
So, and obviously there is after credits as well that we will talk about that.
Yeah.
And we know what the after credits is going to be about, really. We know.
Yeah.
We know what's coming, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows what's coming as well. But they kind of did it in unmotivated way.
Yeah.
And to be honest, some of these cast was all right. I did like, what was his name? Bradley. There you go.
Yeah, I like Bradley.
Yeah, I liked his character. He was pretty good.
Probably the best character.
Probably the best side character, really. And what's his other dude friend?
Joaquin?
Joaquin.
Yeah, he was okay, but
He was too ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying. They kept on giving him shitty jokes. Like, why did they always give the sidekicks really shitty jokes?
And how do you like what's our boy Sidewinder?
What the fuck, Sidewinder?
Sidewinder is Benito, from Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I forgot about him. Fuck.
Yeah,
He was.
it's Benito. Yeah,
He just felt like they just randomly added him for.
Yeah, dude. He barely showed up there. He showed up a couple of things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so your plot was this? Very lackluster.
Yeah, his plot was very lackluster, unneeded.
Yeah, unneeded. Some of these other characters too. Even the big baddie. who
Oh,
is
yeah.
which
It
we're not gonna
wasn't- yeah.
spoil.
It wasn't as like Winter Soldier.
Yeah, it's like you could tell they tried to have another Winter
Soldier.
Soldier story,
Yeah.
but they just couldn't
Yeah.
do it, and they failed at it because obviously Winter Soldier, I think, is probably the best Marvel film out there. Captain America: Winter Soldier, the second one. I think for me, it's the best Marvel film standalone film,
Yeah.
unless you have one that's really good.
No, that was that's probably it.
Yeah, so I don't think this Captain America is not going to change anything. I think it's one of the lowest one of Captain America. Hell, I'm not going to say it's the worst Captain America. If you've seen the other ones, like let's just say Eternals, that's really bad. Or have you seen-
Eternals was just so long.
It was boring and dragging. How about the Marvels? Do you like that one? Quantum Mania.
I haven't seen that.
Do you like that?
I think that was worse.
Yeah. Don't be an asshole.
Dude, like,
Murdoch is like, oh yeah.
you're right.
So
No,
yeah.
that was the worst one. That's all the Ant-Man films are trash.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So basically, it's not the complete worst. You could probably do chill with this film if you want to, but it's not gonna be enough to find that much entertainment. The action is there to some point, I guess, but I
Yeah.
think the best action is legitimately the Red Hulk.
Yeah, for sure.
That is probably
Just
the
because,
best.
like, that's what I would like to see Bruce Banner's Hulk be. Again.
Exactly.
Which that's probably like the best scene in the whole movie.
And it sucks because I do think they kind of wasted Red Hulk as well.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be this big thing, and they wasted him. And that's another scary thought with the other villains. They always love to waste these villains.
Yeah, they did.
It's sad.
The only one who was fine was Thanos, pretty much.
Yeah, he was probably the best one. And obviously, this is sad too. So I can't wait for the Avengers, whatever it's going to be like. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing that. So what's the next superhero for you that you're most excited to see, at least? That you got hype, at least?
None.
Like, you don't even care about the Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts?
Nope.
Do you want the mutants to come finally, the X-Men?
Not really.
Yeah, it's been bad. So I agree with you. So let's go to final verdicts so we could spoil the hell out of this. Go ahead, boy. What do you give this?
I'm gonna go ahead and give this a C-. There was an effort. I do see the effort. Anthony Mackie tries. There's some cool elements, but overall, it is not like their comeback thing for sure. That's the unfortunate thing. Cause what did Deadpool and Wolverine make? Like $1 billion?
Billion.
Oh, $1 billion? Yeah.
They did right.
This is not gonna happen. This is not that type of film, and the jokes are 10 times worse.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm giving this a C-.
A C-. All right. Well, I'm not a big fan of this one. I think it's one of the low-hanging fruits of the Captain America franchise, for sure, especially for the Marvel Universe. I don't completely hate this. There's other worse Marvel films for sure, but I will give this a normal D. It's a D because the reason why, because obviously Mackie, I don't think he has the star power to hold up a film by himself. He needs somebody else to at least work with him a little bit better. What's his name? Joaquin, his sidekick, his brand new sidekick, did not help neither. He made horrible jokes, which I just didn't care about, and just left the theater speechless.
Yeah.
Nobody laughed.
Harrison Ford.
Ford basically at least tried as Ross, which I find that kind of interesting, but I do feel like he just there just because of, the money, the moolah, and you could kind of see that as well. And you could see the rewrites as well. And I think the one thing that I could see it shine probably if they worked a little bit more of the action with the Red Hulk.
Yeah.
If they did more with that. Instead of just a side plot to it. I was like, oh, you really did this? Like, you could tell they didn't know what to do with him at this point.
Yeah.
Like, they just put him in there for the last moment. I definitely see this as one of another failure of phase. What is this? Phase 5, 6?
Shit, I don't even know.
We'll call it the failed phase because it's not working here. So basically, this is nothing that like what they did to Deadpool and Wolverine. Like a last shock to breathe Marvel back to life. It's none of that. It's even worse. You're just digging the grave a little bit more bigger. So basically, I don't know if anybody's even excited for Fantastic Four or even the Thunderbolts, really. So this is another challenge for another hiccup from Marvel. We'll see what happens. But yeah, that's all we got for you guys. Thank you for listening, and we will see you guys on Spoilers.
Later, guys.
Later, guys.